Tonight on Thrill of a Lifetime, a paramedic mom grabs the wheel at a smash-em-up take-no-prisoners demolition derby.
Don't try this at home.
And an opera enthusiast is whisked off to the Big Apple for a private coaching session with the New York Grand Opera's maestro himself. They'll be rocking and rolling in their drive to succeed. Meet Denise Polgar, a 33-year-old paramedic and mother of two. She's about to challenge everything she stands for.
Hi, I'm Denise Polgar. I've been a paramedic for 10 years and my whole life's been involved around safety. So I want to crash up a car in a demolition derby. My first night out in the ambulance was really the be-all end-all of me wanting to be a paramedic. When we get to this call, there are all these frantic people around and I see a patient in the middle and his heart had stopped and he wasn't breathing and he had no pulse. And I got in the back of the ambulance and I assisted with CPR and I thought, this is the job for me.
Are these the best of your skills right here? 2 years of college.
So why does this thrill mean so much to Denise?
And I think the reason I liked demolition derbies was because I thought, what a great way to let out some frustration. When you're driving an ambulance every day, you get frustrated with the other drivers, you have to be really safe. So I want to have a little bit of fun. I want to wreck something for a change. Instead of always putting the pieces back together, I want to be the person who wrecks it. And I want to let out some of my frustrations from all the pain and death and destruction that I've seen in my career.
Our second story will certainly strike a chord. Helene Ducharme is a 41-year-old with a gift. Her gift is her voice, a voice very misused at her job as an office supervisor.
Hi, my name is Helene, and I would really like to have the experience of working with someone who is renowned in the opera world.
Helene has had a hard time being heard for most of her life. She's a small-town girl with a very big family, 12 siblings to be exact. So you can imagine that getting noticed was never easy.
I have 8 sisters and 4 brothers. There's 13 kids. I'm number 12. One of my colleagues in grade 13 was doing a recital and she did some operatic things and I was taken with it. I don't know, I just like the whole theatrics of it.
Coming from a family where Dad was a folk musician and sing-alongs were the weekly norm, the opera thing had to come from somewhere.
You know, I often see she's a chip off the old block, and I see her mother, but more my mother. And when I hear her sing, I hear my mother's soprano voice all over again.
Her partner, Patricia, doesn't quite feel the same way about this type of music.
I can't stand opera. I love it when Helene sings it, but I just don't get it. It creeps me out.
Although their musical tastes may differ, she is 100% supportive of Helene and her talent.
You know
So
what?
I'm gonna follow you, go.
I know, but you should be watching my neck. It's very exciting to see her work. Yeah, she's always tuning herself up, either by hearing other music or going to operas or coaching all the time.
Myself singing with a full, glorious tone, feeling confident that if I open my mouth to sing, it's gonna do what I ask.
You want it, you got it, because Thrill of a Lifetime is sending you to New York City to showcase your talent.
She called me and she said, I can't believe it, I'm going to New York.
I can give you no good explanation for this new and confusing. Every lady I see makes me tremble. It makes me tremble with pleasure and pain. Makes me tremble with pleasure.
You might want to rest that voice, Helene, because you're going to need it later. Meanwhile, Denise contemplates how her family will feel about her gutsy thrill.
I have 2 kids. Their names are Monica and Cade, and a husband named Mike. We actually met here at Brant County Ambulance. That's how we met. I was his senior partner. I taught him everything he knows.
And what does her husband Mike think of all this?
I think it's pretty cool. So I don't have to dream up any more thrills for her.
Sounds good to us, but her daughter has a different opinion.
What do you think about Mommy being in a demolition derby?
Don't like it.
Why?
Think you'll get hurt.
Cage, you gonna come and watch?
No!
Why?
Because I can't.
Are you busy that night?
Kids or not, the night is set, and Denise is headed for a thrill at a smash-em-up derby. But there's one thing missing.
Let's find you a nickname.
We used to call her Russell.
The Terminator.
Snapperhead?
I would go with probably like Jugs.
I think you need a wrestling name like Denise the Pulverizer, Polgarizer.
Pulverizer. Like pulverize.
Pulgarize.
Yeah.
But Denise knows that thrills don't come easy.
Obviously, I want my friends and family to be impressed by my skills, and I don't think I'm gonna be as prepared as I wanna be for it. Hopefully, I can apply some strategy to this. The more collision to the other vehicles, the better. I wanna see their front ends smashed in. There's gonna be a lot of crunching sounds, their tires hanging off, probably me swearing a little bit. I wanna win. I hope I can win.
Coming up, Denise finds herself in the middle of a moving car wreck.
I'm gonna get my ass kicked.
Go, go, go.
And Helene's opera thrill soars to a new level. The Demolition Derby Dogs, Denise and her pit crew set out to build a beast on wheels with the help of an expert.
Hi, I'm Jim. I'm going to be your crew chief.
Hey, Jim, I'm Denise.
Would you like to see the car?
Sure do.
First thing, we're going to take the glass out of it, and then we have to take the interior. We have to take all the extra stuff out of the car.
Let's smash this baby up.
Mechanical adjustments need to be made to protect key parts from being damaged when crashing into other cars. Last thing she needs is a battery becoming a boomerang.
The thrill I chose was kind of manly, so I thought, if I involve some men, maybe it'll take some heat off me a little bit.
They also need to strip the inside of the car to prevent her from being injured by flying parts. If this isn't done right, Denise could be in serious danger.
When we were working on the car and they had me do the blowtorch, I was so out of my element. I was burning my legs with the ambers, and I didn't know how to hold it. I didn't know how to light it, so I felt like such a turn-up.
Damn it!
Finally, the car is ready to rock. But is Denise? It's game day. Denise arrives as Jim puts the finishing touches on the car. Let's just say Jim has a way with the sledgehammer.
My impressions when I got to the Demolition Derby, it actually brought back memories of every year that I go to watch. It was exactly the same. There's people on all sides. It's a really big event in Paris.
Jim is making sure the bumpers don't loosen up and become lethal weapons.
Good, you guys can do it.
How you doing?
Good.
Need to do a couple touch-ups?
Yeah, a couple of things.
Like what?
Oh, I've got to tighten up the gas tank and put
Let
the
the boys
shield
do
back
this?
on. Let the young guys do this. Yeah,
All right.
Definitely.
Sounds good.
Denise gets more support from her husband, Mike, and former paramedic partner, Bob.
The Derby's set up that there is some strategic planning beside it. It's not you just don't go out there and ram everybody. There's some rules you have to follow.
If you do a deliberately head-on collision or deliberately hit the driver's door, you're all through.
I was the only girl out there. I looked in the circle of all the drivers, and they were all staring at me. And I thought, well, I really stick out like a sore thumb here, so I kind of just put my hat cap down and tried not to be noticed too much.
If you have a fire in the front end of your car, go out through the back and onto the roof. If a bumper comes out like a spear, you can go through the passenger's door or the driver's door, you could be disqualified.
As a paramedic, Denise knows this could be a truly perilous thrill, but this woman is driven. Meanwhile, in New York, Helene is preparing to meet the Maestro Vincent LaSalva of the New York Grand Opera. For the past 30 years, over 3 million people have come to Central Park to see his concerts. This internationally renowned artistic director has earned quite the reputation and has invited Helene to his personal studio for a one-on-one session. What she doesn't know is she has more than just the thrill of a private session ahead of her.
Vincent LaSalva. It's got a great name, eh? It's Italian. He should be an opera conductor.
Well, the morning has arrived, and we caught up with her in her hotel room to see how her nerves were holding up and how she was preparing for her big day.
Do I have bags under my eyes yet? Nobody sleeps here.
I did some vocalizing in my room.
My hair would cooperate. I'd be having a better day. There's a certain amount of, fear and trepidation. It's kind of scary. Hopefully I do okay.
Many things were running through my head. I was feeling dry. I needed to go to the bathroom. I was getting a little edgy.
Hello. Hello. Hi.
Maestro de Salva.
How are you? How are you?
When I first laid eyes on him, I thought, oh, he looks like, like a fatherly type figure, kind of.
Look, sting, straight this way. Go ahead. No. See, it's, first of all, it's too much eh. Call me. Try to make it more this way and not too this way.
The interesting thing was he was very appreciative of what I was saying, and he gave me some interesting critiques. Kept saying, make it bigger, make it bigger.
Think of a garden hose when you water the lawn. Look, make believe you're singing to 1,000 people out there, and under the balcony is 200 feet that way. See, it's singing is 95% mental. It's what you think up here that's what comes out. The same with music. It's not the note itself, it's between the notes. Just a little bit like that, that's it. It's almost like singing like a fish. Very good. Thank you.
Thinking that her thrill is over, Helene decides to do a little last-minute shopping before heading home.
So I bought a t-shirt, and then he handed me this envelope that said a thrill of a lifetime. Oh my God.
And in that envelope was yet another surprise. The maestro liked her so much, he's invited her to sing on the summer stage in Central Park today. Meanwhile, back at the Derby, Denise says goodbye to her kids. They're a little worried about their mommy.
Babe, you gonna say goodbye to me?
Wish mommy luck for the race.
We're a little worried about their mommy, too.
He thinks you're gonna get hurt, that's why
I'm not gonna get hurt, Kate.
It's gonna be fun, Kate.
It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be slippy.
You can sit with Jim and Linda.
Can I have a kiss? No. Okay. Wish me luck.
Denise is off to the pits to suit up for battle, a paramedic turned gladiator.
When Denise was ready to go, I was feeling really nervous. It was something Jim said just before she was about to go out. He said, if anybody comes to your driver's door, to dive over to the other side. So I was pretty nervous.
I'm gonna get my ass kicked.
Go, they're waiting. Let's call it for you. Go, here she comes.
Just before we went on, I thought, I'm really out of my element here. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Coming up, Denise plays rough with the big boys at the no-holds-barred Derby. And Helene gets to serenade New York from the Grand Opera stage in Central Park. It's Demolition Derby time. The metal beasts enter the ring. Remember, this is a test of endurance. It's not how fast or how far, it's how long you can just keep moving. Denise, the Polgarizer Polgar, approaches the ring.
I'm driving into the ring, and all I can hear are the cars. I could see everybody screaming and yelling for me, I just couldn't hear them. All I can hear is car motors. I wasn't praying for my safety or please don't let me die or anything like that. I was thinking, please don't let me make an ass out of myself.
The machines are lined up and raring to go. Will she survive?
The strategy is just to tap people and then look for their weak points. When their wheels are turned out, if you hit the rad, blow the rad, then their vehicle stops. But once you're out there, it's not like that at all. It's not even close. I had no strategy. I had none. I was just driving in circles. I had no idea what I was doing. I just aimed for something and tried to hit it. All I could smell was burning rubber and metal. I mean, it was kind of bizarre. It reminded me of actually when I did calls for collisions. When I would show up on the scene, it was kind of a similar smell to that. All the dirt's being kicked up and smoke from all the other cars in my own car. So visually, it was difficult out there for me to see where I was going.
Denise gives as good as she gets, but is she good for the long haul?
The first big hit that I received, I had no idea it was coming. I could not believe the force that occurred when I got hit. The sound of it was so deafening. I couldn't believe it. And then I felt a little bit of pain, actually. It was a lot more force than I expected.
When I was watching her get hit out there, I guess it was sort of numb for a while. I was trying to look around and get the reaction of my kids and the rest of her family and try to take it all in at once. It was pretty hard to do.
I could not believe how much I got smashed around in that car. It was nothing like what I expected.
Well, the race is over, and Denise is still standing. I mean, driving. Denise is given an honorary trophy to remind her of this day when she totaled a car. That's a day most people would want to forget. But she's about to get hit with an even bigger surprise. She's going to roll a car?
Get out! Oh, that's so cool! Holy cow, I had to roll it? This was scary enough. I was getting hit so hard I didn't even know what was happening.
I just had the shit kicked out of me in this demolition pit. I felt I really got banged around. I thought, how can I possibly do a rollover?
After a private session with the maestro of the New York Grand Opera, Helene is thrilled to learn she's been personally invited to serenade all of New York City from the Grand Opera stage in Central Park.
Well, I've never sung quite like this before. I've sung outside before, but never with the grandeur behind me. The whole Central Park atmosphere and the fact that there will be an opera on the same stage the following night is very magical.
You're going to sing O Quante Volte.
I'm going to try.
Well.
Remember, Helene, it's 95% mental.
You know what, it was kind of surreal to me. But it was funny though, when I actually got on the stage and the sun was in my eyes and I was feeling like, it was almost like finding the spotlight, you know? And as soon as I heard the chords of the music, that was it. I was gone. As soon as that music started, I was like, there. And I was lost in the moment. And as a performer, when you get lost, it's the best place to be.
Coming up, Denise's derby experience really takes off. Where's a paramedic? Oh yeah, she's in the car. Denise has survived the demolition derby, and now she's about to do something even more dangerous.
I get to roll the car?
You've really got to be driven to want this.
I had some faith last time that I was going to do well. I don't have any faith that I'm going to do well in this. I'm probably going to be more nervous when I'm actually driving and I hear them yelling and screaming.
As a paramedic, she's used to arriving at the scene, but this time she is the scene.
I think it'll be fun. I just hope I can actually get it to roll and not just, like, drive off the ramp.
Denise, get ready to see things from a slightly different perspective.
Don't try this at home.
Denise watches the professionals at work. Now it's her turn.
This is Denise Polgar of Bradford. First time ever in a rollover. Wow. Here she comes, folks. Denise Polgar of Bradford. Gonna let her run it. Here we go.
I have no idea until I looked at the pictures or I asked them when they flipped me over what side I landed on. When I was just about to flip and I had to crank the wheel, I was concentrating. And when I started flipping, I got all disorientated and didn't know where I was. I didn't know if I was upside down, on my side, on my roof. I didn't know where I was. It was very humbling, but it was a lot of fun. I'm a little relieved that it's all over. Now I don't know what's gonna kind of compare to this now, though.
Oh, you drew me a picture. Is that Mommy's car? I love you, Mommy. Oh, that's cool. Thank you so much.
I was very proud of her that she did that she even attempted that.
It was a lot of fun. I wouldn't trade it.
Tell us your thrill, and we will make it happen. Go to thrillofalifetime.ca.
Focus the voice more this way, and not this way. Think of a garden hose when you water the lawn. Okay. If you turn the nozzle this way, the water goes this way. If you turn the nozzle this way, the water goes that way.